Dear colleagues, good morning. I hope you can hear me. Okay, so we are now starting the kickoff meeting of the EU-funded project, Erasmus Plus project, Open4UA. And we are glad to see many people here in Kyiv, Ukraine, at the Ministry of Education and Science. And we, of course, glad to see all of you who joined us online. Let me tell you that we are also now live streaming our event on Facebook. So we hope that we will get some comments and reactions from our international community of, let's say, people connected to Erasmus program, to international collaboration, education, and research, right? Without further ado, let me invite Mr. Grigory Mazulevich, head of General Director of Directorate of Development of Research of the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine, to say several words to us. Please come over.
Good morning from Ukraine, from Kyiv. I'm Grigory Mazulevich. I am representative of Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine, and now I'm acting General Director of the Directorate of Science Development. We are glad to see representatives of 7 organizations from Ukraine, Netherlands, Slovenia, and Belgium. We have representatives of universities, of ministries, of national foundation, of non-government organizations now. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, we have talked with Alexander about idea of this project about science policy implementation in Ukraine, and have a dream about this project. And now I say about Open4UA project, and now I say about open of this project in Kyiv. Our ministry have some challenges in 2023, and now we have picture. Now we have an expert group in issues of science, open science problem. We have 5 expert groups about funding, about state certification, about open science, about integration to the European research area, and about development of research infrastructure and critical infrastructure. We have some department in our department of the implementation of policy, about monitoring of our policy, about international cooperation, competitive funding, and work with infrastructure and organization of state certification. In this project, ministry have some interest. It's interest about evaluation of scientific activities and on scientific institution and higher education institution. And now we have 9 or 10 meeting of working group on these issues, and we have plan of this project in this working group, create some proposal about future methodological of our evaluation system. And we have second tasks about creation of future draft of law on scientific and technical information about open science policies. At this slide, you can see our meeting some days ago. So I have some sense for Alexander and our command, our teams of this project. And have you a good day, good meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Grigori. Thanks for this presentation. As you can see, so our project is already very has very well connection with our ministry, and we hope that it will help us to make a real impact in Ukraine. So let me now invite our project officer, Ms. Julia Marano, to say some words to the team. Please, Julia.
Good morning to all. I'm Julia Marano. Do you hear me? Yes, okay. I'm Julia Marano. I'm the project officer of the Erasmus Plus Capacity Building Action, and I work for the Education and Culture Executive Agency for the Commission in Brussels. And I have the honor of being the person in charge for your project, Open4UA. I thank you very much for having invited me to your kickoff meeting and for giving me the opportunity also to meet with all the consortium and introduce myself. The kickoff meeting, as you know, is one of the most important steps in your project in order to meet among all the partners and start discussing in details the planning of your activities. And first of all, I would like to congratulate with you for having been selected for this fall call for proposal, because the competition is, as you know, is very high, as we receive proposal of very good quality from your region. And in particular, we are very satisfied because reforming the higher education system by prioritizing open sciences across different levels will have a huge impact. So now, if I may, in order to make your project a success, I would like to share with you some important recommendations. First of all, it's essential to have the institutional support, as you know, of your university during the entire project implementation, as this is the only way to guarantee its future viability, and is therefore important to involve international relations office, the universities authorities, and the financial department also since the beginning of the project. It's also crucial to highly involve external stakeholders, public authorities, and enterprises in order to enhance the impact that can be achieved with the project. Moreover, as you know, is essential to have an intense dissemination of project results from the beginning, because it's about disseminating information both within the institution themselves and abroad through seminars, conference, websites, press articles, and so on. And because this wide dissemination of results will also ensure the viability of the project and achieve a greater impact. On the other end, it's essential to establish a sustainability plan from the beginning to ensure that the project will have the necessary resources from both on a human and financial level to continue its activity once the grant has ended, because indeed the greatest success of a project lies in the fact that the results can continue after the competition. Additionally, yes, I would like to recommend that to reinforce the visibility of the project, do not hesitate to involve also the delegation of the European Union and the national Erasmus offices, informing them of your activities you carry out, as they can be a great help to increase the visibility of the project and make synergies with other initiatives that are existing in the country. So therefore, do not hesitate to contact them, to introduce your project and invite them in conferences, then seminars that you will be organizing. It's also important to strengthen the knowledge transfer between the countries involved in this project. It's an excellent opportunity, really, for universities, for different countries to work together, achieving a common goal. Last but not least, I would like to remind you that you are now at the key stage of signing the consortium agreement among the partners. This agreement can be signed bilaterally or jointly, and is essential in order to establish the detailed provision for the relation among the partners and for the implementation of the project. As you know, this is an internal document. You don't need to send to the agency, but please keep the documentation ready to be consulted in case if it's requested by EAKEA or from other services of the Commission. I don't know if you know already, but I would like to invite you to attend the grant holders meeting that will take place on the 6th and the 7th of February. There will be also a session dedicated on project implementation and monitoring highlights. I'm not sure, there will probably be also a question and answer session. So it's really a great opportunity for you also to raise the question you have, to learn our project implementation and exchange of experience. As you know, this is the second generation of proposals that are selected under the new Erasmus Plus program. The rules of the game have slightly changed concerning the management of the grant, and as we are now using new tools for the management, but also the new financial rules. And these changes should, in principle, provide more flexibility, a better framework for managing the grant, and it's also new for us from our unit, so we will learn during the process at the same time. I hope this is quite clear. I don't want to go into details. We will have further opportunity in future, and therefore I wish you really good luck in your activities. I'm convincing that this is a very promising project. It's such an important area, and it will be a real success. So thank you again. And unfortunately, I told you, Alexander, I cannot. I have other meetings, so I cannot join the entire, but it will be recorded, so I will for sure follow later. So thanks again.
Many thanks, Julia, for these kind words, for the greetings, and for some very important instructions, so we will be able to follow them. And yeah, please, I mean, we will try to invite you to all our meetings, so we hope that you will be able to attend and hopefully see you in person at some point. So thanks again for joining us today. Okay, dear colleagues, let me invite our next invited speaker, our Svetlana Shitnikova, who is the head of the National Erasmus Office of Ukraine. Svetlana, could you please tell us some words to our partners?
Thank you very much indeed to all team, and welcome to resilient team of Open4UA. First of all, thank you for your openness, that you are openly streamed and openly shared. So the majority of the events you are performing, it's a good start. And today is the International Education Day. I think that this date is extremely symbolic to start the project which is devoted to the open science and open science for Ukrainian higher education. And we cannot imagine education without research. We cannot imagine the work without the education and our future generation without access to high quality education. And this is exactly actually the main slogan or the main motto of all the International Education Days, just to ensure the access to quality education to all. And with this project, with the project team, I'm sure that you continue the good start of Optima project to build the culture of open science and open education in Ukraine. And of course, our warm-hearted congratulations to all team, as already Julia mentioned, in high competition that you have been selected. And that's already, you know, just a good beginning. Always is the good ending, but we have a lot of work to do together. And as you know, you're not alone. The European Commission, Executive Agency, EU delegation to Ukraine, mission of Ukraine to EU, and different embassies, and also the National Erasmus Plus office in Ukraine, and of course the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine, and other stakeholders are with you and with all the possible helping hands we can provide. So always count on us. And as you know, we have a specific page devoted to the beneficiary space and also the specific page for the promotion of the activities of your project. So do not hesitate to contact us, as well as the cooperation and communication for the challenges and key solutions via the Telegram chats and other tools which we actually have been working on very long time already. And I remember the idea of your project when we discussed it for the first time with Alexandra and with the team, and also that it had been thoroughly worked together with the partners from the Ministry of Education and Science. And as you see today from the presentation, that there would be the impact for the on the transformation of Ukrainian universities, and also for the legislation changes which are extremely necessary at the moment, talking about the open science trends and open science actually implementation in Ukraine and all over the world. And of course, we have a lot of homework to do based on the negotiations started to become the EU member state. But I think it is important to mention that you invited and created the consortium of different types of universities. Universities from medical science, the classic universities, the polytechnic universities, and also the law universities, as well as the NGOs and research institutions, as well as the library. So it's a really very well thought consortium which contribute to the wider also impact throughout Ukraine, which is the sense also of the structural reforms project. And of course, let me thanks a lot our international partners for cooperation and support you provide during this challenging time to all of us, and the universities and partners from the Netherlands, from Slovenia, from Belgium are doing a lot also to help our Ukrainian education to work together, or based on the experience and best practices, and also exchanging the experience and best practices with Ukrainian universities. And this is not like the last part, but from our side, let us also congratulate and provide and express our gratitude to our Ukrainian resilient partners from Berdyansk, from Mariupol, relocated to Kyiv, and also from all partners from Ternopil, from Kyiv, and of course from Lviv, for your resilience, for your hard work every day under such challenging not situation, but it's really quite a horrible situation in Ukraine. But you stay resilient and you continue working on the improvement, on the development of the education in Ukraine. And thanks on behalf also of all students and staff you're working with, and that you cooperate closely with the international partners, providing further a lot of changes which are helping to build new Ukraine, new Ukrainian education as the member states of European Union. Thanks a lot to all of you, and working further together. Slava Ukraini.
Slava, Svetlana, as always, we are very grateful for your active participation in our project and other projects, and we know that we can count on Erasmus office in Ukraine, and we very much value our fruitful cooperation, and we will be, of course, trying to inform you as much as possible about our events and invite you to our events, and we are very glad to see you today, and look forward to cooperation with you. Many thanks again. Dear colleagues, our project has already shaped the advisory board. It consists of 5 experts in the field of open science from different countries, and unfortunately now in this call we only have 1 of them, but others will hopefully join us later today. So let me invite Tony Roskolauer, head of Open and Reproducible Research Group from TU Delft, who is also leader of several EU-funded projects in the sphere, in the area of open science, to join us and say some words to the consortium. Tony, please.
Thank you, Alexander. Dear colleagues, dear friends, it's a great pleasure for me to be here today. I've worked very closely with Alexander and Paolo at Lviv Polytechnic University, but also many of the other Ukrainian partners in the Open4UA project, and especially through the context of the Optima project, which has been led by Alexander and Paolo. That experience gives me total confidence in the success of the Open4UA project. The collaborative spirit and the resilience through difficult and challenging, terrible circumstances in previous years, but nevertheless, the persistence of that project and the success that it will be gives me total confidence here. The Open4UA project has excellent priorities in terms of reforms towards academic integrity and open science, the commitment of the ministry to work together on legislative action, the commitment of institutions to work together on capacity building through toolkits, and especially the focus on reform of reward and recognition, which we know is a main blocker to progress in open science, is an excellent program of activities which will have real impact in Ukraine and beyond. So I'm delighted to advise and help this project in any way I can. I wish you success for the kickoff over the next 2 days, and then obviously success for the project through the next few years, and I'll look forward to contributing as I can. Thank you.
Many thanks, Tony. We also look forward very much to collaborating with you, and I hope that it will be fruitful. Dear colleagues, so now we are moving to some presentations. So let me probably start with overall presentation of the Open4UA project, and then we will continue with the presentations of our partners, because we, of course, need to understand the features of our partners and how we can work with them to make our collaboration as effective as possible. Also, after lunch today, we will discuss in detail our work packages, and of course, we are super open to any questions, comments from your side. You can just raise your hand after the presentations. Please use this chat as you have already started doing. And also, of course, try to comment if needed and leave your comments in our live stream on Facebook. So let me tell you a little bit about the project. I hope you can see my screen now. Could you please confirm that you can see it? Yes, okay, very good. So let me make an overview of the Open4UA project. So my name is Alexander Veresko. I'm Open4UA project coordinator. And okay, so first of all, Open4UA project, the full title is Open Science with Ukrainian Higher Education System, right? So probably before diving deeper in the whole concept of the project, let's mention a little bit what is open science and why it is important in general and why it is important for Ukraine. So generally, open science is not a new science, and it doesn't, I mean, it didn't mean to cancel the existing science, but rather makes the whole research process more open on all stages. So open science is transparent and accessible knowledge that is shared and developed through collaborative networks. And some people say that open science is just science done right. It's important to mention that open science is a policy priority of the European Union, and as Ukraine is moving towards the European Union, developing open science in our country is a very important integration step. Open science has many advantages for researchers at all career stages. For instance, it offers increased credibility, reliability of scientific results, and builds trust in science. It allows greater visibility of scientific results and boosts research impact. And of course, it allows to more effective use of funds and resources by reducing duplication of efforts, right? But the value of open science has become increasingly important and evident during the COVID-19 pandemic, when the whole research system switched to greater openness and started sharing research outputs rapidly. Many researchers say that COVID times became a point of no return of the whole research system, and researchers who tried to communicate research in more open way and more rapid way will never come back. We hope that is really so. But many key players such as UNESCO, OECD, and other like super important organizations recognize open science as a true game changer in bridging the science, technology, and innovation gaps between and within countries. In context of Ukraine, open science is extremely important because researchers understand and the academic community understands that the full implementation of UNESCO recommendations on open science is one of the important steps to help rebuild and empower conflict-affected science systems as the Ukrainian one. Of course, we don't have to start from scratch in Ukraine. We have many important achievements already in terms of open science, and one of them is National Open Science Plan. And of course, the Open4UA project recognizes this plan and tries to implement it as much as we can. There are several barriers to open science, and some of them are lack of knowledge and understanding what is open science and what can be done in this regard, right? Lack of skills, lack of infrastructure, lack of resources. Of course, war is also a barrier, but probably one of the internationally recognized barriers for open science is the lack of credit and acknowledgement. And let me tell you that if speaking of lack of knowledge, understanding, and lack of skills, we already have some progress because already mentioned today, Optima project tries to fill this gap. And we now have handbook on open science, first handbook on open science in Ukraine, which is publicly available. And we have some services such as open peer review service, but we understand that we need to go further and bring change on structural level. About incentives and acknowledgement, of course, all of us understand that today we have Coalition for Advancing Research Assessment, or COAR, which is rapidly developing, which is a global coalition aiming to make research assessment more transparent, more research-oriented, let's call it like this, and of course prioritize openness. So among key commitments of COAR is recognizing diversity of contributions, based research assessment on quality evaluation, but also, of course, prioritizing open science. And we're glad to say that COAR chapter Ukraine, where, let's say, two partners in our project are co-chairs, me and Olga Polotska, head of National Research Foundation of Ukraine, is also rapidly developing, and we hope that, let's say, we will be able to consult with our peers from other organizations in COAR and bring this knowledge and expertise to Ukraine. So now to the project one. Open4UA project is funded under Erasmus program. It's capacity building for higher education, strength 3. It's a structural project with a budget of almost 1 million euro. It will last for 3 months, and it started on the 1st of November 2023. Current institution is the Polytechnic National University. Project general objective is promoting the growth of Ukraine's knowledge economy for the post-war recovery by reforming the higher education system to prioritize open science at the national, international, institutional, and individual levels. And let me specifically stress that our project is focused on the implementation of the National Open Science Plan, and particularly its task number 5, improving the system of quality assessment of scientific and technical activities. We are lucky to have an amazing consortium of institutions and organizations inside and outside Ukraine. So in Ukraine, in addition to Lviv Polytechnic as coordinator, we have, of course, Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine, National Research Foundation of Ukraine, and 5 important Ukrainian universities. We have National Technical University of Ukraine, Igor Sikorsky Kyiv Polytechnic Institute, Yaroslav Mudry National Law University, National Bergensk State Pedagogical University, Mariupol State University, and Ivan Barbachevsky Ternopil National Medical University. As you see, the profile of this university is diverse. Technical ones, pedagogical ones, medical one. So we have, let's say, law one, if I may call it like this. So we have a nice balance of various educational institutions here. Also, we have 2 non-governmental organizations, Innovative University and Institute for Open Science and Innovation. We are super glad to have a strong international team of organizations and partners. So we have TU Delft and Amsterdam University Medical Center from the Netherlands. And also we have IFE from Netherlands, that's Electronic Information for Libraries, that's international NGO. We have University Libre Brussels and non-governmental organization Eurodocs, European Council, Doctor Candidates, Engineer Researchers from Belgium. And of course, we have the University of Ljubljana, our dear partners from Slovenia, who are responsible for one of the work packages. Also, our partners were able to bring an amazing, let's say, associated partners to the project, which play an important role and will consult us in many tasks of the project. For instance, that's Dutch Research Council, NVO, and it's very important because we have Ukrainian National Research Foundation. So that's the parallel here, right? Also, we have Minister of Education in Science and Sport of Slovenia, and we have Ukrainian Minister, which will boost synergy. And we have, of course, all Ukrainian NGO, Ukrainian Library Association, which is a tremendous help in disseminating our results, and Central Technical Library of the University of Ljubljana. Okay, so Open4UA have three main objectives. And first of them is promoting national reform of open science in Ukraine. And in particular, we are aiming at developing a draft law of Ukraine on amendments to the legislation and state policy in the field of open science. Of course, we are not a parliament, and we cannot approve this law. But what we can do, we can inform policymakers and help them making change. Second objective is implementation of advanced approaches and mechanisms for evaluating research and prioritization of open science at the national level. For this purpose, we will prepare recommendations for the implementation of core principles in the policy and practice of evaluation of research projects by national donors. We will develop an open database of projects funded by the National Research Foundation, which is quite important. Here we are contributing to, let's say, Ukrainian research infrastructure a little bit, right? And third, last but not least here, is preparation of recommendations for state certification of higher education institutions based on the principles of open science. This point is extremely important because it's actual research assessment. And let me tell you that the ministerial working group, which Grigory have just mentioned, has already started to work on this new rules. So the role of our team is to help this working group to shape this policy. And objective 3 is, of course, activities on institutional reform, and we aim at developing tools for implementation of open science and, let's say, reform of research assessment. So we want to develop a toolkit which can be used by all institutions and easily implemented within these institutions. Given the timeline of the project, as I mentioned, our project has 3 years, and we have, I believe, 6 work packages. So we will of course have the project management, a work package, which is quite important and will last to the end of the project. We are now here, actually we are organizing part 1 of the kickoff meeting as the Minister of Education and Science of Ukraine. So second part will follow in TU Delft, because of course not all partners can join us here in Ukraine due to security reasons. Second work package, and this work package is coordinated by the Polytechnic National University. Second work package is knowledge transfer, and we will be organizing training workshops and building recommendations for the whole future work. And this work package is coordinated or led by the University of Ljubljana. Work package 3 is focused on draft law. And of course, this work package is led by National University because we need some expert support of lawyers here. Work package 4 is reform on the national level, and it is led by the National Research Foundation of Ukraine. Work package 5 is reform on institutional level, and it is led by Kyiv Polytechnic Institute. Why? Because the Kyiv Polytechnic Institute was the first university in Ukraine who developed and implemented the open science policy. Work package 6 focuses on dissemination, and it is again led by the coordinator with Polytechnic National University. We have several milestones in the project, so milestones are critical points. And when we reach them, we can move further. So first, of course, is development of recommendations, and these recommendations will be used all over the project, and we will build on them. So milestone 2 is draft law of Ukraine. Milestone 3 is institutional toolkit. Milestone 4 is means of prioritizing open science at the national level. And important final milestone is National Forum on Open Science and Advanced Research Assessment in Kyiv, which will summarize all our efforts. By the way, we have already started our social media pages. So if you haven't subscribed to them yet, dear colleagues, you are more than welcome to do so. So please feel free to scan these QR codes and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. All right, many thanks for your attention. And if you have some quick questions at this point, you are more than welcome to ask them. All right, looks like no questions at this point. So thanks for your attention. And now we'll start presenting our partners, and we will start from the coordinating institution, Lviv Polytechnic National University. So I invite Pavlo Zhezhnich to present Lviv Polytechnic.
Alexander, I'm sorry, probably you are muted. So please, if you unmute.
Sorry. Okay, my name is Pavlo Zhezhnich. I'm a representative of Lviv Polytechnic. So, Lviv Polytechnic history began more than 200 years ago. We are one of the oldest technical universities in the east of Europe. We rely on wide experience and many traditions in our growth. Lviv Polytechnic was founded as in 1916 as a real school in the Austrian Empire, and since 1944, Lviv Polytechnic has the status of higher education. Here you can see our main building, built almost 150 years ago. Initially, the building was designed and built especially for the growing technical academy. Today, Lviv Polytechnic has almost 30,000 students, at bachelor and master levels. Also, there are many postgraduate and doctoral students. There are more than 260 educational program at the bachelor, master, and PhD levels. Our students are very active inside and outside of the university, and some of them directly involved into Ukrainian army forces for defending our country since the full-scale war was beginning. Our university includes 16 institutes, and as you can see, the institutes cover a wide range of polytechnical, academic, and research fields. The institutes are divided into 100 departments. All the departments are located in several campuses. The main campus includes many old buildings, like the main building, and modern buildings as well. Our infrastructure is really big, so there are many buildings, dormitories, there are two libraries, and other specific infrastructure units. Here you can find photos of our assembly hall. This hall mainly is used for our academic council and many activities held in our university. This hall was fully restored several years ago by researchers and students of our restoration department. Here you can see our one of the meeting halls, and initially this hall was designed as a library, and this hall is called named by Yulian Zakharyevich, the architect of our main building. Lviv Polytechnic is very active in international cooperation. We participate in many Erasmus Plus and Horizon project, and we coordinate some of them, including this project, Open4UA. The full-scale war caused many issues of international studying, so there are too many international students in our university, but it's a problem probably for all universities of Ukraine. We hope that when the war will finish, the situation will be much better. Lviv Polytechnic organize a wide range of events every year, and we are going to organize one of them at the end of the year, called Open Arts, Open Science Ukrainian forum, and I have an opportunity to invite all of you to participate in this event at the end of the year. As you can see, our students and academic staff are very active. They use many open spaces organized for their activities. And finally, our university has a good location in the Lviv city. Here you can see a nice view of our main building, a part of our main campus, and a part of old city. Thank you.
Thanks, Pablo. Please, our next partner is the Kyiv Polytechnic Institute, please.
Okay, greetings, dear consortium members. It's an honor for me to represent my university and to participate in this project. My name is Georgi Vasilyev, and I represent today Igor Sikorsky, Kyiv Polytechnic Institute. Let me say several words about the history of our university. In 2023, National Technical University of Ukraine celebrated its 125th anniversary. So it was founded in 1898. The idea of foundation of technical educational institution occurred to sugar mill workers, and over the years, Igor Sikorsky KPI has become one of the leading universities in Europe. In 2016, university was named after one of its students, the famous aircraft designer Igor Sikorsky, who developed the world's first two helicopters. In 1923, Igor Sikorsky immigrated to the United States, where he founded Igor Sikorsky Aero Engineering Corporation. About 15 types of aircraft and 8 helicopters were developed and produced by his company. Also, there are a lot of scientists and engineers whose names are in the history of our university. The first admission committee was headed by the famous chemist and author of the periodic table, Dmitry Mendeleev. Also, in KPI worked Sergei Korolev, chief designer of space rockets, founder of practical cosmonautics. He is the author of the first intercontinental ballistic missile, the first aircraft, first satellite, the flight of the first man to the space. Also names of Volodymyr Plotnikov, Stepan Timoshenko, and many other scientists are in the history of our university. Vision of Igor Sikorsky KPI can be formulated as to be the technical university of research type of world level, providing the preparation of highly skilled professionals able to produce modern scientific knowledge and innovative technologies for the good of humanity, and to provide the deserving place for Ukraine in world cooperation. And the mission of our university is to assist in the formation of the society future on principles of cooperation, of steady development by internationalization and integration of education, US scientific research, and innovative developments. To create conditions for all-round professionals, intellectual, social, and creative development of personality on the greatest level of perfection and in educationally scientific environment. Several words about our university today. There are more than 25,000 students, more than 500 professors, and 2,300 associate professors, and they are organized in nearly 70 scientific schools. And more than nearly 300 of scientific teams. You can see here we have 140 bachelor educational programs, more than nearly 200 master's programs, and nearly 50 PhD programs. In Kyiv Polytechnical Institute, we offer all levels of education and science education, from preparatory to advanced training. The main educational programs of our university, as well as scientific activities, cover a wide range of natural and technical sciences that are relevant to the modern development of society. The main areas are focused on new energy, materials, technologies, informational processing, electronics, biomedical engineering, physics, and mathematics. The scientific work and innovation activity are connected to the educational process. The main areas of innovation activity are focused on following areas: energy storage and transportation, transport system, space industry, aviation and shipbuilding, military equipment, metal science, nanomaterials, agro-industrial complex, healthcare, medical treatment, cleaner production and environment protection, information, communication technologies, and robotics. And several words we have to say about open science, and maybe this is why we are here in this consortium. In 2014, the university signed the open access mandate. This document announced the development of an open access platform with three parts: institutional repository, open access journal, and open access to conference proceedings. It was the start of the movement on the way to open science at Kyiv Polytechnical Institute. Today, our university publishes 37 open access journals, and 14 of them have been included to the DOAJ already. Our journals are hosted on the Open Journal System platform, Scientific Periodical of Ukraine. And now we have more than 57,000 documents in our repository. Talking about open educational resources, we are only at the beginning of this way. Of course, many of our professors place digital copies of their print handbooks and textbooks in our repository, but we understand that there isn't real open educational resources. The university plans to implement digital publishing platform with the open monograph press. Our library has tested it already, and this year we have also started with open research data. It's one more area of work and the library center of support for education and research. Last year, the Academic Council accepted the open policy, the open science policy. So Kyiv Polytechnical Institute is the first university in Ukraine which has such a policy. We have already developed the implementation plan of this policy, and now we are working to fulfill it. We strive to implement open science as a norm of education and scientific activity at our university, and the university creates the necessary condition to integrate the values and principles of open science into all university processes. So we look forward to complete our tasks in this project and look forward to further cooperation. Thank you.
Щиро дякую. Шановні колеги, будь ласка, так.
Good morning, dear colleagues. My name is Svetlana Suvina. I'm a doctor of legal science and I'm representative of the National Law University, which is situated in Kharkiv. So for me, it's a big pleasure to be here and I have the opportunity to share with you some basic information about our university, our project team, and our ideas on this project. So our university, as I said, is located in Kharkiv. Is located in Kharkiv and has a long history. It was founded in 1804 and today it is considered one of the main centers for training lawyers in our country. We entered the QS World University ranking in 2023 and the university is also known for its scientific schools and expertise. At the same time, the situation in our country and close location of the border with the aggressor state has left an effect on the functioning of our university and our daily life. In this regard, the university has become a center of resilience and volunteer movement in Kharkiv. And unfortunately, also 2 days ago, we had a very bad news. And the heart of Ukrainian legal research community, the building of National Academy of Legal Sciences of Ukraine, which is not far from our university, was destroyed by a missile attack of the aggressor. And now it's our reality in Kharkiv. But today we are 80 faculties functioning of our university. And they are faculty of the prosecutor's office, faculty of private law and business, faculty of investigation and detective activity, faculty of justice, faculty of training of investigators for the security service of Ukraine, faculty of military law, faculty of international and European Union law, faculty of advocacy, and Poltava Law Institute. During its existence, the university has created a classical system of higher legal education and managed to become a leader in the field of training lawyers in our country. Members of the academic staff of the university use the highest standards of education to provide students with competencies which are vital for more than lawyers. Training programs at all departments are directed at obtaining theoretical knowledge as well as practical skills, development leadership qualities, getting teamwork skills, abilities to solve complicated professional tasks, including ones in the international environment. The university actively participated in the Bologna process and uses multi-level training system with 4 years bachelor training course, which gives possibility to continue training at master level and get a master degree. Master degree programs cover a wide range of the most significant issues of modern legal research and practice. Also, we have a lot of academic mobility programs which are realized on the basis of bilateral agreements with different partners in Poland, Lithuania, and other countries such as United Kingdom, France, etc. Development of Yaroslav National University is a leading higher educational institution, is connected also with the process of formation of numerous research schools. And some of them were founded in 19th and 20th and beginning of 20th century by famous lawyers and famous jurists. The university conducts fundamental and applied research, participates in national, regional, and international research programs and projects such as STEM, Erasmus, Plus, Horizon, and etc. We are very proud of our library, and the university, our scientific library is one of the largest among the university's libraries in our city, and the collection of books now numbers more than 1.5 million. The university is proud of its rare book department, which has books published in late 17th, early 19th century, and there are more than 43,000 of manuscripts and rare editions of historical and legal topics there. The new library resource center, construction of which is being completed, will be able to keep more than 4 million books. Also, we participated in different projects, as I mentioned, and one of them you can see on the screen. They are development of the resource-based learning, e-learning, the virtual law library and law consultancy center, quality assurance for evaluations within learning, European human rights law for universities of Ukraine and Moldova, etc. From the 2017, we have an annual Kharkiv International Legal Forum, and it is an open international platform for dialogue of leading international and Ukrainian experts and professionals focused on elaborating common approaches to solving relevant legal problems in the context of globalization and removing the obstacles on the way to sustainable development. In 2017, the forum hosted a lot of panel discussion, roundtables, workshops, and other events. The renowned politicians, government officials, and brilliant academics, top-level representatives of international organizations, experienced human rights activists, and other participants took place as the key known speakers on this forum. And from 2017, as I said, forum became annual, and this year, in hybrid format, we had 7 Kharkiv International Forum in spite of the war and in spite of the situation in Kharkiv. On the screen, you can see the list of our partners in educational and scientific area from USA, United Kingdom, France, Germany, Sweden, Luxembourg, Ireland, Poland, Lithuania, and other countries. And on the last slide, I want to represent the team the team from our university for Open4UA project. So on the screen, you can see 6 members of our team. Our leader and coordinator, Professor Dmytro, he is Vice Rector for Science at our university. Also co-coordinator, Dr. Inessa Shumila. She has been for many years the head of the international department of our university and coordinator of scientific and educational projects in our university. Dr. Bogdan Karnau, you can see him here. He is a co-director of Joint Master Degree Program on European and International Business Law with Mykolas Romelis University, and he's a scholar focused on comparative research in European standards in private law. Dr. Andrei Yevkov, he is a specialist in intellectual property law, which is very important for our project. And Dr. Natalia Filatova, whose sphere of expertise is data protection and regulation of platforms activity. And me, Dr. Tatiana Subina. And in our team, I will cover questions connected with academical integrity. So here I will start, and thank you for your attention.
Good day, dear colleagues. I am Yana Zichikova. I'm a vice rector of research of Delft State Pedagogical University, and allow me to present the information about our university. Our university is one of the most beautiful universities in Ukraine, and it's photo of baseball. And Delft State Pedagogical University is located right at the border of the Azov Sea. This is our student and our student wave in University Recreation Center. Before the the university consists of 6 faculties. And more than 4,000 students studied at the university. But in February 27, 2022, the city of Berdiansk was occupied. The university was moved to Zaporizhia, and now we are a university without walls. Now the university employs 220 academic staff members, and 15% of them abroad, 63% in Ukrainian controlled territory, but 21% still in occupied territory in Berdiansk. This is country that our employers reside. And this is Ukrainian cities, because we university without walls. However, we have a strong focus on science. We have 2 grants from the National Research Foundation of Ukraine. This is a competition science for reconstruction of Ukrainian during and after the war, and competition Cambridge individual grants for research. And we have 4 budget projects. This is project about non-structured photonics, about training of future engineering, training to STEM-oriented teachers, and Ukrainian universities in new realities, the mechanism of preserving the scientific potential. 3 of these competitions. This is competition for young scientists. And our researchers are members of the management committees of cost action. We are implementing the principles of open science at our university. Thanks to the support of the Research for Life, our researchers publish their studies in open access journals, such publishers as Sage, Springer Nature, Elsevier, and others. We have successful scientific collaborations with researchers from other countries. And to develop open science ideas, we constantly organize events in the format of open doors. This is workshops and seminars of the basics of cybermetric and open science. Our Professor Igor Lyman is a member of the working group Early and Mid-Career Researchers Assessment and Research Culture. And he is co-founder of Ukrainian Scientific Diaspora. We present our university and our science in many meetings, such as meetings for temporary displaced universities of the American Council in Ukraine, the Conference Ukraine and War, in Jagiellonsky University, Summit for Ukraine, and many others. We nature, values, and fulfills the university's third mission, serving the community. Because the university is not just about building, the university is about people. Thank you for your attention.
Good morning, good morning. Well, everybody who is here in this room and those who see us online. Well, so much privilege to speak today on behalf of the Mariupol academic community. Thank you so much to the Erasmus program. Well, never forget to say thank you to this, well, great initiative of the European Union to help our cooperation with the European universities and to share our experience and to make Ukrainian achievements more visible on the European higher education space. Thank you to Alexander and Lviv Polytechnica who initiated, and the ministry, Grigory is present here, to initiate this absolutely acute and hot topic of open science, which is really at the agenda of higher education area today. Well, I will start with a short presentation of mouse. Okay. Mouse. Okay, Mariupol State University was founded in 1991 and located in Mariupol and dynamically was developing and becoming one of the most prominent regional higher education establishment. Unfortunately, well, when the full-scale invasion started, Mariupol, was the place where all the, major tragic events took, and the university was most of the buildings and the infrastructure of the university was ruined to foundation. So by the decision of the government of Ukraine, the university was displaced in April 1922, and thanks to the, again, support of Ukrainian academia, we were occupying the place, the building actually of Kyiv National University of Construction and Architecture. So on this picture you see the building. Well, it's pretty old historical building, not much place, to accommodate all our, academia, rooms, infrastructure, which we used to have. But, well, we are happy, we were really happy to have it. And right now we are remodeling, and you are very much welcome to visit us whenever you are in Kyiv to see what could be done when have this inner strength. Well, not thanks, actually, due to the tragic situation, which you couldn't even imagine that you have this strength to rebuild, to restore, to start from scratch. Well, for today, we are our students are in numbers of more than 3,000, 455 teaching and administrative staff. We are happy to announce that we are developing and extend our academic offer within the more than 100 academic educational programs at bachelor, master, PhD levels. We have been renewing, as most of the universities, our strategy of development of our university, and we have reviewed, and it is ambitious documents, and we hope that we have strength and capacity to implement what we have in our minds And so, well, unfortunately, probably unfortunately, because we're all missing for these face-to-face meetings, especially with our students. We have our online teaching and learning process, but we've been starting already this blended format because some of our students are already live in Kyiv. So we are happy to see these young faces and to rejoice communicating with them. When people are in need, they, start to share their warmth of their hearts and help. So we started with humanitarian help. And immediately after the relocation, we arranged the humanitarian help for initially the idea was for the students and faculty members of our university, but then we extended because people spread a word about humanitarian help on the base of Mariupol State University, and people started to address to us for psychological assistance, and we have this capacity because our faculty are not only teaching member, but they are trainers, they are coaches. So we provided humanitarian, financial, and psychological help to those who were in need. In focus today, that was this initiative now is developing to develop the civic university, the university which will serve for the wider community, for local community and wider society, and we are quite dynamic in this. Probably you, because well, we are proud to say this, that our leadership, happy to say that our leadership is as a locomotive of developing of the university of a new format. So our rector is quite active at national and international field, and we participate in conferences, presentations, and interviews at national and international levels, and it also helps to attract attention of investors, of people who are of goodwill nationally and internationally, who is ready to help the academia and university who is in need. This is what I have already mentioned about our humanitarian action. Under the great focus is digitalization of the education and scientific process of our university. And thanks to the international and national funds and international programs, we developed, we continue since COVID, developing the digital platform and on our applications of our students and academia, we can just touch a button and to have an access to their academia staff and to use and whatever we need, we have the access in digitalized manner, in digitalized fashion. We have elaborated the strategy on the digital university, and we, I suppose, will continue in this field. Internationalization, it's hard to miss this this area because we again, thankfully, have to say that all our international partners supported us from the very, very first day when the war started, with whatever tangible and intangible assistance, like providing the help for our students, financial and humanitarian, providing the shelter for our researchers to continue their research work. We have elaborated and kind of frame the strategic cooperation partnership with Vytautas Magnus University in Kaunas, Lithuania, and the University of Hull, it's in Great Britain. And we are proudly to announce that last year we established the Center of Mariupol State University in Vytautas Magnus University. And this is a sample, a prominent sample when the Ukrainian education stepped out of the national boundaries and spread a word about our country, about our university, about our academia. So our Mariupol State University now is in its representation in Lithuania. Membership of scientific cooperation. It also, you see on this slide, such a potential distinguished organization like European University Association. We are an associated partner of the Alliance of the European Universities Transformed through Europe. Our rector is a member of communities, rectors communities of the European leaders of the universities in France, in Germany, and it also opens us windows or potential possibilities and opportunities to develop and extend our international education and, of course, scientific and research. We have immense support through the European education programs like Erasmus Plus program or the European program, particularly designed for the displaced universities in Ukraine, like European aid program, and we benefit a lot, again, tangibly and intangibly in this way. Speaking and about the research activities, I would like just to, I see that I'm already extending my time of presenting, but you know, there is why not to miss the opportunity to present what the university, which goes through the immense hardships. And among this tragedy, it's the loss of our faculty members and our students who were killed or died because of their occupation and aggression of Russia in Mariupol. So speaking about the research activities, we are here in the trend of the universities, higher education institutions of Ukraine. So we have the trends, the major trends of research activities, which are the theory of regional cooperation, international economics, IT and social entrepreneurship, history of Ukraine, and preschool education. And through these major trends, the scientific schools are operating, doctoral and postdoctoral studies are developed. We are proud that we have preserved and keep developing the junior scholars trend, and actually last year our Council of Junior Researchers, Junior Scholars received the Certificate of Appreciation of the similar organization of the Ministry of Education and Science. And we continue this very trend and support our junior scholars within our efforts and capacities. Again, because of the situation, and not only because of that, that was a tradition of our university to have all the research outcomes and outputs open for the academia and especially students. We incorporate the research achievements in the education process, and this is an absolutely open area, and you are very welcome to visit our renewed, finishing our newly established website, and you can find there all the information. I would like to finish with what we are looking ahead, and probably we can share these trends together with you, that we will continue our research activities, especially in existing strands of our scholars and academia. We will align our research profiles with needs not only at the national levels but international, and due to global challenges. We will foster our collaboration with other universities at the national higher education landscape and beyond the boundaries of Ukraine. We will promote grant acquisition and funding for our researchers, because it's also, and here I'm very proud to say that 2 our academic members are grantees of Marie Curie scholarship. This is, you know, how competitive this program is, and their research idea, which was supported, is about the Greek minorities who reside in Mariupol area, and now it is research within the international capacity research group. And what is more important, and to provide the regular assessment of our research activities and the impact on our local community and wider society of Ukraine and internationally. Thank you so much for your, and I apologize for a little bit emotional, it always happens to me, but well,
Thanks for
thank
submitting.
you. Thank you.
Simon?
Dear Alexander, if I may, before you have some changes in the presentation of the partners, let me also highlight that Irina Sikorska is also the higher education reform expert of Erasmus+. And please do not forget to include and to cooperate closely also with the higher education reform experts. And you have all contacts, and via Irina also you can always liaison with this team, who have been already very experienced also in the implementation of reforms in education and higher education especially, and also in science. And also Irina is the head of the president of the large network of Euro integrators, and one of our prominent and already very experienced Jean Monnet expert. So I'm sure that there would be a strong work together with the networks of researchers of the European studies as well. So just we are working together, you know, in cooperation and synergy with different projects and different initiatives, and that's also going to be a very strength and strong cooperation with Irina in the partnership also as the higher education reform experts member. Thank you.
This comment, Svetlana, because Irina is too modest to promote herself too much. So now we know, and we will, of course, build on this vast experience. Thanks for this comment. All right, so let me introduce Professor Oksana Shevchuk from Ternopil International Medical University, please.
Dear colleagues, dear attendees, it's a great pleasure to be part of the consortium of Open4UA project. We have a lot of hope to make really quality changes in the higher education in Ukraine. Let me represent my university, Ivan Gorbachevsky Chernobyl National Medical University. It is a classical higher medical education institution which was founded in 1957, and we have a lot of range only medical subjects. We're talking about general medicine, physical therapy, dentistry, pharmacy, faculty of nursing, paramedics. We train specialists in public health, and also we have an institution for postgraduate education for lifelong learning study for physicians. Also, we propose 6 PhD programs for medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, for biology, pediatrics, and for public health also. I would like to emphasize that we have the whole cycle for nursing, from bachelor degree, master degree, and PhD degree, which is very important for this area in Ukraine today. We have 680 faculty members, and more than 90% of them hold scientific degrees as well, you could see. And we have around 6,000 of students, most of them national. Because of the war, we lost a lot of international students. Before the full-scale Russian invasion, it was more than around approximately 3,000 of international students. Today we have around 900, unfortunately, but 1/3 of them still live in Ternopil and attend the classes offline. We renew our offline classes quite soon because we have shelters, and actually Ternopil is in the west of Ukraine, which is a little bit more, if I could say for that, safer. Also, we pay a lot of attention to simulation study. Our Center for Medical Simulation was the first in Ukraine and only one in Ukraine certified by CESAM, European Organization for Simulation Medicine. And actually, this center became the center for training for soldiers, for civilians, for physicians who would be back to unoccupied territories. And around 7,000 of people were trained in our simulation center for first aid, for mass casualty, medical aid, and for these courses were supported by the World Health Organization and by World Bank, and also by funds from USAID. And actually, every time we try to find the best to provide as much support as we can. Thanks to our international partnerships, we launched activities of Volunteer Center, and we are proud and happy that we could send humanitarian aid, including medicine and consumables and the drones, everything what we can do to help our the forced army of Ukraine. That's very important for us. Also, we could see at this slide our research facilities. We have morphology lab with transmission electron microscopy, as you know, electron microscopy and ultramicroscopy. Staining is one of the sophisticated methods in morphological study. PCR lab, microbiology and parasitology lab, cell culture lab, immunohistochemistry. We are trying to follow the all new modern research and trying to build the capacity to work with that. Also, we launched the program for organ on chip, which is very important to do the really good research today. At this slide, you could see some grants what we have at our university, including 3 Erasmus K-A2 capacity building projects, which were finished in 2023, and also we have 2 new ones, including Open4UA and Life Strands. All this project, first of all, Open4UA is about open science for higher education in Ukraine. We are talking about Life Strands is also launched because of the full-scale Russian invasion. This is the program which will help to do many things to help civilians and many people to support the first aid and to save lives. Also, we are talking about we are proud with the international collaboration, including many grants, but also I'm happy that we have won at the grant, which was the joint initiative of National Research Foundation and Dutch Research Council, NWO, which is devoted to the gene therapy and it's called the Cure for Life. And that's what we are trying to do as much as possible. TU is a member of European Association of University of Baltic University Program and many other programs you can see on this slide. But also we are proud that our international partnership is really working partnership, and we hope that it will be a good idea to really work and to have a mutual beneficial collaboration. I'm very happy to be here, and we will launch the Open Science Initiative and Open Science main basic for our students and for our medical education. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Oksana. Question.
I will present to you non-governmental organization with university. We are not so old like university that we have here today, so we are over 5 years old, but we have 160 participants, members in our organization, and they present maybe all fields of knowledge and all regions of Ukraine. Also, in this project, we have 5 participants, me, and Sergei Kasyan, Oleg Paskov, Evgenia Polishuk, the dietitian, and Yulia Pifanova. Our organization have a lot of events, so we organize different conferences, and also we have some brand events. So here you can see our main results in last year's. So we have our 3 main projects. And also have winter school, summer school, and here in this project we can also help with different collaboration and different events. So we have third winter school of advanced training. It was about branch of research and digitalization of education, and now we will have in 1 week our 4th winter school. It is very popular event because we have it in offline format in Carpathians, and it is very interesting and useful for all educators. You can see here pictures, very nice, of our events. Also, we have second summer school, so it was twice this year of advanced training, and in this year it was about artificial intelligence, education and science, so also very important topic for our professors and for our members, and it is also of 4 modules. Very nice pictures. It was in Chernobyl, also in offline format. And also we have very deep history of project this year. It will be 10 years of international education and scientific project, innovative university and leadership. And in Lviv this year, we have presentations of 26 micro projects of 45 academic leaders. So all our members, they are like leaders, educational, scientific leaders, people who are in different positions in universities. We have associate professors, and we have also rectors in our organization. Here you can see pictures from this event. And also we are now partners in two main projects. One of them is Open4UA. Thank you that you also invite us to participate in this project. And also we partner in Quora. The Innovative University became one of the founding organizations of Quora in Ukraine. Thank you for attention. Here you can see our contacts, and also we have our reports of 2021 and 2022, and we will be happy to cooperate with all of you and do what's the best.
Good morning, dear participants. I'm pleased to see all you here in this hall and also online. And I'm as a representative for the NGO of Institute for Open Science and Innovation in Ukraine, but also I'm a director of Donetsk National University and also one of the displaced universities of Ukraine. Okay, I will speak now about our NGO, and as it is a young NGO, I must say. It's rooted to the Ministerial Working Group on the National Plan for Open Science Development after the approval of the plan in October 2022, and at the end of the working group mandate, the members of this group and some of the stakeholders decided to rejoin to create such a kind of NGO to support national level network of experts in the field of open science, open education, open innovation, etc. And also one of the goals of our NGO is creating and supporting of academic system and culture through reforms on all levels. What objectives of our NGO are? First of all, it's the development of science and education through the introduction of open practices, digitalization and technological progress, also promoting the all advantages of information societies, open exchange of information and knowledge, and also it's the key issue in overcoming global challenges such as wars, hunger, etc. Promoting the development of innovation infrastructure, and the knowledge economy. Also in contact with non-profit organization, business, state authorities, and also physical entities for their purpose. Promoting the development of international cooperation and professional relations in knowledge transfer and in dissemination of best practices in science, education, and innovation. Also, we could say about the development of publishing and information infrastructure in all fields of science, education, and innovation. As Alexander said in his presentation, we are the member of Koara, and also, as Oksana said, we are one of the members of Koara in Ukraine. And the main issue for Koara is the quantitative assessment. It's a key issue for assessment of research. And the basic for this is certainly the peer review. And that is why we are members of Koara and also why we are here. If you want to contact me, you can see my credentials and contact. Thank you very much for your attention.
Dear colleagues, so at the moment we finished presentations of Ukrainian partners. We still have a presentation from National Research Foundation of Ukraine, but Olga Polotska, the executive director, is now at another meeting. She will hopefully join us after lunch and make a presentation after lunch. So we would like to, as I said, switch to our international partners, and we have, of course, an international partner, IFL, which is public information for libraries, but we have Irina Kushma here in our room because she is Ukrainian and she is now located in Kyiv. So without further ado, Irina, please, and we will now hear her presentation. After that, I suggest that we listen to the presentation of the University of Ljubljana, if possible.
Thanks a lot, Alexander, and good morning. Thanks for joining us online today. Sorry, we have two screens, so we have to manage the process. IFL is a not-for-profit organization that is registered in the Netherlands. Our managing office is in Vilnius, and we are working with National Library Consortium in Europe, also Asia and Africa, to enable access to knowledge for education, learning, and research. IFL's Open Access program was launched 20 years ago at a time when the Budapest Open Access Initiative, that coined the term Open Access, was signed. So we were very happy to be in the beginning of Open Access movement and see the growth of Open Access and also advancements of open science. And it's a great pleasure for us to be part of Open4UA project. In IFL's Open Access program, we support national and institutional open science policy development. We are proud of 19 national policies that have been adopted and implemented with our support. Also, we have 189 institutional policies that we have to write. We have a vast network of open access journals and repositories, thousands of them. And we also provide support to enhance repositories for publications, data, and open access journals. And of course, we help with building open science and research skills. And when Yana mentioned publishing for Ukrainian researchers in open access journals without paying ABCs, I remember that IFL also negotiates this kind of agreements. So IFL has agreements with 11 publishers, and every researcher affiliated with Ukrainian institution can publish in those journals for free. So these are ACM, Association for Computing Machinery, REAL, Cambridge University Press, Edward Elder Publishing, European respiratory journal, International Water Association Publishing, Oxford University Press, Royal Society Publishing, SAGE, the Company of Biologists, and Walters Kluwer House. So thanks for reminding me about that, and I'll let the slide. Yeah, thanks a lot, and I guess I'm passing over to Sebastian, I guess. I don't know. From University of Ljubljana. Thanks.
Thanks, Serena. Thanks so much. So is Sebastian online? Fine. Please, I believe we can share, right, the screen. So please.
Yes, it seems I can share. So thank you very much. I'm very happy today to present to you University of Ljubljana. And see? Okay, now it works. So yes, at University of Ljubljana, I'm assistant professor and I'm the institutional coordinator of the project. We also have with us today the head of the university library. Otherwise, unfortunately, colleagues who are collaborating in the project were occupied with other events that had been organized before. So yeah, unfortunately this time not able to join us, but will be with us, of course, in the coming workshops and events. Now, for University of Ljubljana, we just before COVID came in, had our 100-year anniversary. So University of Ljubljana was established in 1919. We currently have 26 bodies in the university. That's 23 faculties and 3 academies. And the university, as the by far biggest one in Slovenia, offers study fields in all parts of science and arts. So really across the board, everything is present in our university. This size also is reflected in the numbers. So we have almost 38,000 bachelor and master students in the various programs. We have at the university more than 4,400 registered researchers. Among the researchers are also 91 young researchers, so-called young researchers. This is a special program for doctoral candidates. We have a variety of different kinds of funding. So this includes 186 long-term national funding programs. So these are larger consortia at the different departments for specific fields of the research. We have more than 300 national research projects, smaller and bigger ones of all different kinds. And we are involved in more than 600 European projects. Also, it's noteworthy that everyone who's employed on a teaching position is, of course, also expected to be involved with research. And so with the things we are mainly also discussing in the project and where we are contributing to the project, all these factors, of course, are quite important and interesting, I think. It's noteworthy that just in the past years, there were a couple of changes and reforms in the Slovene system, from which I think also we can learn and can pass on some insights really worthwhile to also the Ukrainian system. So one part of the changes were to the funding, when previously these mentioned larger consortial kind of programs, these research programs that were mentioned on the previous slide, constituted mainly the base funding for research activities. And this has now been changed so that these competitive fundings are not the only ones, but that we really have a basic, stable research funding included as well in our law. There's also further updates on open science and research assessment that we will take a deeper look at some other point during one of the workshops. Just to mention that there's ongoing reforms and already, yeah, I think interesting insights that came from these reforms and how the legislation changed. Now, you can also see that the outputs of the university have quite increased. So this is in terms of the publications in listed journals, so journals that are registered in Web of Science, and then also the citations that were attracted over a 10-year period have quite increased since 2013. So this, I think, speaks quite well for both the well how well the university is acknowledged internationally, and also how well we are developing in terms of the research that's conducted. Noteworthy also is, I think, to highlight that we have this national information system, current research information system, that's used for all sorts of analyses, also for research assessment purposes and so forth. And so this is also something we will, at a later stage in the project, definitely take a look in how this works for us, how this came about, and what might be interesting to learn from that or take over, maybe also for the Ukrainian environment. Another indicator, of course, that's quite interesting is how the research is then, or the research results are then being used also in a commercial form or in other kinds of applications. And one indicator of this, of course, are European patents. And so you can also see that the number of registered patents is quite well increasing. So this is also something that our colleagues and our researchers are increasingly really endeavoring in. And also we are relatively successful with different European projects that's being University of Ljubljana being member or has been member of 223 Horizon projects that either as a coordinator or project partner. So far we are involved in 128 Horizon Europe projects. Particularly interesting, I think, is to highlight with the European Research Council and the Marie Curie programs. And so there also we are increasing our successes with particular actions taken, particular support taken in order to increase also our success rates here. We are of course also participating in widening projects of different kinds, and are a member of different other kinds of EU programs. So really in a nice spread of different kinds of funding on the European level. Beyond that, we're also included in other international projects, for example, co-financed through the National Institutes of Health, European Space Agency, and many others. So this is something that's currently funding 79 international projects outside of these European and other big programs that I mentioned before. Noteworthy also to highlight is that the university established more than 10 years ago its own repository, which is registered, of course, among other kinds of repositories. So we are able to publish our papers in green open access in our own repository, also research data. And something that's also for quite a number of years already mandatory is for the students who finish their studies, that their thesis, their diplomas and dissertations and so forth are published on the repository to make them available as well. So this is something that's already been very well included in our research process, and also, of course, then through the students' thesis and everything in the educational process. There's more infrastructures that are noteworthy of mentioning. So we have different infrastructure centers that are receiving also specific support, also financial support, and are supporting pedagogical and research activities. There's a network of these infrastructure centers at the different faculties. We have, of course, a research and development center that's supporting us, and then in addition to the repository that I mentioned before, there's also a specific data archive for the social sciences. So a few words on that. The Slovenian Social Science Data Archive is the most active group in our country regarding the open science world. So for open access and open data, are active already quite some time. So you can see they were founded in 1997, are very heavily involved also in international, European and international networks and projects. So they're a member, for example, in CESTA, and have also there contributed to quite a lot of documents and things that have been published since. So they're really highly active to support all these things. Also they're therefore highly involved in the Open4UA project to also support those ongoing activities. As a very quick overview for the Social Science Data Archive is they have currently 8 employees. across Slovenia, so not just at University of Ljubljana, but across Slovenia, they have something like 500 or beyond 500 registered users per year, and also more than 90 depositors, and offer a lot of services beyond just storing, archiving, and depositing the data, but also with support from their sides, assistance to the users, curation, and all the other services that are, of course, very needed to make those data then really worthwhile. Furthermore, University of Ljubljana is involved in different European research infrastructures. So that, this includes the life science infrastructure, Elixir. This includes CESTA, the Consortium of European Social Science Data Archives that I mentioned, but also a couple of others. And so this is something really very worthwhile, of course, for the corresponding fields and the research that's going on there. Of course, similar to what we also heard from our previous speakers at the Ukrainian universities, also our university has a proper strategy for different parts of its work. And one of the strategies, of course, that's already been very successfully implemented is a strategy for researchers' career development. We already got a commitment since 2008 to these kind of developments, and we got in 2013 the logo for human research excellence in research, and are continuously improving on this. Just in 2020, the last action plan was implemented, and it's something that's also being really noticed at the base, that things are progressing and are continuously evolving to really best possible support our researchers in their career development and in their personal development. The university is a member in a couple of networks. Most worthwhile to highlight probably are the Guild and LIRA as the big European associations. We also are part and founding member of the Utopia, European University Alliance. These university alliances are one thing that, of course, are further developing, where there's currently quite a bit of focus being put on by the European Commission. So that's really great to have such a successful one, or be part of such a successful one as Utopia. We're further a member in different other associations and in different other networks that you can see. So I think it's not necessary to read them out all by one. But if you want to know anything more, then of course you're welcome to visit our website or contact us directly. So thank you very much.
Many thanks, Sebastian. Actually, Gregory and me were discussing the numbers you presented about the University of Ljubljana, which is quite impressive. Of course, you understand the University of Ljubljana is the biggest, the major university in Slovenia, but still it's impressive, and we are super happy that you're not only like a member of consortium, but also a work package leader for us. So, all right, dear colleagues, one question from the university.
Sebastian, say please, what budget for year of Ljubljana University in 2023 or other years? What plus minus?
That I'll need to look up. I can come back to you with that. I don't have the number in mind just yet. So let me look this up during the break, and I'll be back until lunch break with a number for you. Thanks.
Many thanks. Okay, dear colleagues, thanks again, and let me invite our colleagues, young one from TU Delft, to present their presentation.
Thank you, Alexander. Let me share my screen. I don't know which view you are seeing. Do you see the full presentation mode?
Nope.
Oh, sorry. You see?
Share another video.
Sorry. 1 moment. I need to switch them. Is this better now?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry for the intermezzo. So happy to present our university, TU Delft. I'm Yan Wang. I'm from a research data and software service team. I'm presenting on behalf of my other colleagues who are both project members for Open4UA. So my colleague Paula Martinez Lavenci, she's the training coordinator on research data and software management. She will join the meeting this afternoon. So I'm attending the morning session. She will be there for the work package deliverable discussions in the afternoon. A little bit introduction to TU Delft. So we are a technical university. We are located in a small town called Delft in the Netherlands. It is a very beautiful town. If you are familiar with the Dutch art, that's also the hometown for the painter Vermeer. And his famous painting is about Delft town. It is the oldest and largest technical university in the Netherlands. And we are covering 8 faculties plus 1 institution that basically cross science, engineering, and design. So we don't have, on the other hand, we also have a lot of social science, humanities research groups that embedded in those science, engineering, and design faculties. We are a very international institution, so 62% of scientific staff, which 40% of them are international staff. And among other professional services staff, there are also a quite portion of international staff there. For students, we have around 27,000 students, and for PhDs, we have 3,000, and every year there's around 300 PhD defenses. And I think the publication number should be more in the past years because of the open access and the many different ways of presenting research output under the initiative of open science. And this is where we work, so the TU Delft library, and this is also where we will welcome you all in March for the second kickoff meeting and also the first training workshop. This is a very iconic building in Delft and also represents the universities quite a lot. The Delft University library really take a lead in open science. The university is quite active in open science movement, but library plays also a very crucial role there. We already have a long history in promoting open science and started with open access publications. Already since 2006 or 8, there was a university policy that every scientific staff with their publications, they also need to deposit an open access version in our institutional repository. And we have already very strong focus on implementing systematic open science program during the last few years. We had successfully, we are going to conclude the first open science program at the end of, in the middle of this year, and planning for the next 4 years program for open science at the university as well. And we also have institutional policies on research data management, research software management, and education resource, open resource management, resources policy as well. So this is a very strong institutional approach to really ensure the open science, not just as an instrument, but also really changing the research culture and research environment for both scientific staff, but also professional service and support staff. I would like to just emphasize a little bit more on the fair data and software support at TU Delft. That's also where our team is really strongly focused on and specialized in. We have a different tiers of implementation to provide and to encourage to shift the culture regarding fair data and software management at TU Delft. You can see from the left the most fundamental layer, it is really within the research teams. So this is really up to the researchers when they, based on their awareness. So if they plan budget and within their research project on research data and software management, then they hire their embedded expertise and professionals do the work at project level. So this is really at the individual research group level. And centrally at the university, we have a digital competence center. So that is the collaboration between our library and ICT department. We have a central pool of research software engineers and data managers and HPC experts. And they work together with researchers in their research project to provide hands-on support. More importantly, they are focusing on handover and transfer the skills and knowledge to the researchers. So after the short period of project support, the researchers can do this by themselves in the future. Then the next level, at every faculty, we have a data steward. So this is also we are very proud of that we launched the data stewardship program in 2017, that we hire dedicated resources to provide guidance, consultancy, and support to researchers within their domain, so at faculty level. So this group of data stewards, they are disciplinary professional experts, and they understand the various aspects of research management that's in relation to data and software management. And they work closely with us, and we provide coordination across the campus on data stewardship. And they are taking lead in developing their faculty level policy, strategy, workflows regarding fair data and software support. Where our team is the next layer at the library. So we act as a central service on research data and software. Training is our very strong focus and expertise. So that's why my colleague Paula is involved. She's the training coordinator. There is a training vision developed for multi-year and multi-layer regarding fair data and software management. We are also taking care of a few applications in the fair data and software management. We are leading the policy maintenance and development at the university level in this domain. And we collaborate with all the university services on the topic, and we provide kind of the central coordination, central point to link everybody together and to enable the awareness and also the to steer the operational workflow at the university. The last is the repository. So we have an institutional data repository that is not just for our university, but is for all the technical universities in the Netherlands. But the repository is hosted at our institution, at our library. So we take the advantage of getting closer with the team and to also shift explore potential useful features for data dissemination and archive. At the bottom, you could see we are also closely connected at national level through various networks, but one really new and crucial initiative is the Thematic Digital Competence Center for Natural and Engineering Science at the national level. Through that, we are in a bigger network with all the other institutions in the Netherlands in relevant domains, but also much broader. Then we are in touch with the partners and other stakeholders to collaborate on more broader fair data and software and open science initiatives and projects. So I would really look forward to working with everyone in the project, and I look forward to see you all in Delft in March. Thank you.
Thanks, Jan. And let me just tell you that the team of TU Delft, of course, with our colleagues from INVIO and other organizations, have already started shaping the agenda for this important meeting. And we are already impressed with the quality and number of speakers to be presented there. So we're super happy to collaborate, and thanks for this very interesting presentation. We also look forward to working with you. Okay, so we move forward, and let me invite Matthias Schoen from University Libre Brussels to present their organization. Matthias, please.
Thank you. I'll first try to get some of the slides up. Just give me 1 second. And apologies if you hear some sounds in the background, but they are doing some constructions. I hope they'll be quiet for a few moments. what do you see at the moment? The full presentation or?
Yes, the full presentation.
Okay, perfect. So voilà, a few quick words on the Université Libre de Bruxelles, where I'm working as a coordinator of the researcher training, located in the research department and member of the European Liaison Office. A few words about our university. Surprise, surprise, the Brussels University is located in Brussels, capital of the European Union. A city of roughly 1 million inhabitants, with a very international character. 33% come from abroad, and we have roughly 104 languages spoken within the city. And this international character is also represented at our university. Our main campuses are located in the city itself, and we also have a few sites in the south of Belgium, as you can see, our south center of Belgium. Our first mission, of course, is the pursuit of excellence. We are a research-intensive university, so we want to be a key hub for research on major topics, but always requiring a transdisciplinary approach. And we're also targeting sustainable development throughout all of these actions. We have 3,600 researchers and teachers on board, more than 2,000 PhD candidates. Every year, we produce more than 230 PhD theses, and we have an annual research budget of roughly 210 million. Concretely, this represents itself in over 200 research units at the university and 10 high-quality interdisciplinary research institutes that I listed here. The excellence also resulted in a few distinctions for Nobel Prizes in Science and, for instance, 49 ERC grants. And strongly also important is also the development of ecosystems around the university. I want to highlight one here, that is a biopark. On the slides, we listed 86 companies. By now, it's 90 companies that are involved and 3,200 jobs that are created only in this initiative. And furthermore, of course, we have more spin-off initiatives that are ongoing. But we find it important to develop also these ecosystems to have an impact on society and a collaboration with the broader society. Second mission is the quality education that is open to all, really aiming at helping students to become very responsible citizens. We have 38,000 students enrolled, over 12 faculties. We offer 40 bachelor programs and 178 master programs. Besides these programs, we also have a catalog of lifelong learning programs where we provide over 100 certificates, over 150 vocational training programs. And this catalog, every year we welcome over 5,000 students for these lifelong learning tracks. The third mission, and maybe for our university, one of the most important ones is also the social commitment. A few examples: we have our hospital is an important network, not only within Brussels, but also within Wallonia. And the educational influence is also targeting children initiatives, secondary school initiatives, and providing free learning support. But the social commitment, I think, is really at the core of our university. We are called a free university. And this means, this is, for instance, represented in the fact that we were the first university opening the door for women already in 1880 here in Belgium. We also put the critical thinking, the free inquiry, in our statutes in 1894. So we take that free in our name rather critical. The university has to be a place for open debate, has to be open, has to have social policies in place, has to be involved in developmental cooperations, has to also sometimes stand up and express a voice. For instance, against fascism, we closed the university during the Nazi occupation in Belgium. We strive for equality, ethical debates, solidarity with refugees. So we want to really be a center for political and social debates. Again, the free inquiry is at the core of our institution. This resulted also in two Nobel Peace Prizes. Apologies. And furthermore, we also invest heavily in cooperation with other universities, always in a mutually beneficial approach. Our cooperation activities are strongly rooted also in Africa, Southeast Asia, Latin America. We do have concrete development projects ongoing in Congo, Burkina Faso, and Senegal. And we also have, for instance, highly selective scholarships, which enable medical doctors to be trained in our hospital network. Once again, I would like to emphasize this international character of the university. 32% of the students are internationals. 29% of our academic and research staff are internationals. Top 5 countries of origin, actually for both students and research staff, are France, Italy, Spain. For students, we also add Luxembourg and Portugal to that, and for the academic and research staff, we add Germany and India. The international collaborations are also at the heart of our teaching activities. We have more than 450 bilateral institutional cooperation agreements. We have 1,600 students on mobility, and we have 6 ongoing Erasmus Mundus programs. We have a few strategic partnerships across the world, and we are heavily involved in international networks. I will highlight a few. The first one is here, the G3, French-speaking network of excellence with the University of Montreal and Geneva. Then we are a member of the European Civic University called CIVIS, an alliance of 11 universities, over 500,000 students, 70,000 staff members, and collectively 274 ERC grants and 37 Nobel Prizes. We are a member of UNICA, that's a European network for the universities of capitals within Europe. So we have 54 universities on board in 38 European capitals. And we, of course, have a special relationship with our colleagues from the Dutch-speaking Brussels University, apologies, with whom we share, of course, a mutual history. And at this moment, we are looking forward to collaborate with all of you in the consortium. If there are any questions, feel free to reach out.
Many thanks, Matthias. Yes, indeed, we're also looking forward to collaborating with you, and we are already looking forward to meeting you, hopefully in March in person and in the capital of the European Union.
Exactly.
That's something which we can treat as symbolic, right, for us. So many thanks, and yes, dear colleagues, and I'm checking the partner list, and I'm not sure. Do we have anyone from Amsterdam University Medical Center in the call? Probably not at the moment, so probably they will join us after the lunch, right? So then let me invite our colleagues from Eurodoc, the European Council of Doctoral Candidates and Junior Researchers, to present.
Thank you very much, Alexander. Let me share my presentation. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, something is frozen, sorry. Okay, I had some issues, sorry for that. Okay, please tell me if you can see my presentation.
You can see it now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, it was frozen. Some internet connection problem. Okay, so good morning.
Sorry, just our colleagues from ministry asking for one second interruption for some announcement, and I apologize.
Колеги, зараз тут буде якась міжнародна делегація у міністра високого рівня, і буде перекрита частина будівлі, в тому числі там вхід до чоловічого дому.
We are expecting some high-level delegation here, so there are instructions on security reasons. I apologize if Agnieszka, please continue.
Okay, so hello once again. My name is Agnieszka Żyra, and I'm representing European Council of Doctoral Candidates and Junior Researchers, where currently I act as Open Science Working Group coordinator, and that is my pleasure to be here with you. I would like to introduce Eurodoc to you and say a few words about the structure and about what Eurodoc does. So European Council of Doctoral Candidates and Junior Researchers is a grassroots federation of 24 national associations representing early career researchers, so also doctoral candidates and junior researchers. We have members currently from 22 countries across Europe. Eurodoc was established in 2002 and is based in Brussels. And basically, Eurodoc is run exclusively for and by early career researchers in Europe. The vision of Eurodoc is for a sustainable research culture where early career researchers are treated with respect and have access to long-term and stable career pathways. Basically, Eurodoc advocates for positive changes in policies, also culture and environment that affects quality of training and also well-being and employment conditions of early career researchers across Europe. Our main aims are to represent early career researchers, also to advance the quality of doctoral programs and standards of research activity in Europe. Also, we share information, organize events, join debates, and also establish and promote cooperation between national associations and shape policies for early career researchers across Europe. And the structure of Eurodoc is, as you can see here, not like Eurodoc consists of the main administrative board. Also, we have advisory board. We have dedicated task forces to dedicated topics, and the secretariat, which includes dedicated working groups, which are dedicated to concrete topics, for example, open science and research and society or mental health. Eurodoc is currently involved and was involved also in several projects. The one which we are really proud of was run a few years ago, and that was about transferable skills. And Eurodoc produced in 2018 a report from that project. The next one is a secure project, which where we are a partner now. The next initiative where we are also now is is Coalition for Advancing Research Assessment, COARA, so we are still active there. Eurodoc is also engaged in open science, and a few years ago we participated in a special training which were organized that was Open Science Ambassador course. We have also published recently, 2 years ago, we conducted a survey on publishing in open science across Europe, and the report and the paper was published. We are also currently involved in Open Universal Science project, so that is Opus project. And we are really active in Open Research Europe. We are also a partner there, so all about publishing in open science. Eurodoc is also a partner in Optima project, so also about implementing open science practices. So we are really proud of that. Eurodoc also is active and engaged and advocacy. So we are active at the European Parliament, especially our current president, who is Sebastian Dahl. And also you can see here some photos from the meetings. We are also active in European Commission, so with also our partners and collaborators with IC about EU actions, and so everything which is connected to research quality, development, and also open science. What is more, Eurodoc is also active at the Council of Europe, which we are really proud of. So we participate in conference of international NGOs and also committee for NGOs as advocacies for gender equality and women's rights. And we are also present in steering committee for education. So those actions we are really proud of. If you would have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask it now or contact me later. Thank you.
Thanks, Agnieszka. Actually, your book has served many times as, let's say, ways for communication for our projects, right? For finding, for networking, for finding partners, and we, of course, are very proud that such a vast network of early career researchers will also be part of this project. Many thanks. Dear colleagues, so it looks like all present full partners have already reported. Yes, and presented themselves. So let's move to our associated partners, which and should be of huge support, and we are super happy to have them. So let us start from, do we have a representative of Ukrainian Library Association here?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
So please, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Dear colleagues, I would like to provide you with a short overview of my organization. So the Ukrainian Library Association, founded in 1995, and it is a non-governmental professional association. And in 2023, the association united more than 3,000 individual members who are employed in national, public, academic, school and special libraries, education and cultural institutions, local authorities, and business. The ULA has 14 regional chapters, 8 sections, and more than 70 official partners with representation in all regions of Ukraine. The academic community is represented by 24 university libraries as official partners and university libraries section. According to the ULA strategy for 2022-2025, we are an open and active professional community, and we aim to develop the human potential and civil society in Ukraine. The ULA offers active librarians and managers an innovative platform for cooperation. We strive to mobilize the efforts of the Ukrainian library community and overcome the consequences of the war, develop and implement our professional capacity, and achieve a new quality of librarianship. Undoubtedly, we can achieve these ambitious goals only in partnership with national and international institutions, and only a few of them are listed on this slide. For this, we have relevant experience in implementing a number of projects related to the academic community. For instance, it's a culture of academic integrity and the role of libraries in it, and also the development of displaced universities' libraries as centers of support for educational and research processes. The university libraries section focuses on increasing the librarians' competence to support the researchers according to open science principles. Therefore, the section has created guides and profiles of librarians' competence and conducted several conferences, schools, training, workshops, etc. Professionals can find the relevant information about libraries' role and activities related to open science on the special website, Library Synergy. Dear colleagues, it's an honor for us to participate in such an important and powerful project and to promote the ideas of open science and open education among our community. And thank you so much for your collaboration and attention.
Thanks, Yaroslava. So we know that Ukrainian Library Association is a huge network, and we are glad that we have you on board because it creates amazing dissemination opportunities for our consortium, for our project results, and we of course look forward to collaboration with many things. Okay. Okay, so our next associated partner, do we have someone from Dutch Research Council now in the call? Okay, because I know that Marta Teprak is on vacation, so we will probably have some presentation of her later. Okay, do we have someone from Ministry of Education, Science and Sport of Slovenia?
No, I just want to inform you that Mr. Dr. Ivan Skubis, who actually should be here, he has another Horizon meeting, so he will be on the next meetings, and he just wish you good work today and further. So thank you very much.
Many thanks for this information. All right, okay. So, and last but not least, Central Technical Library of the University of Ljubljana. Do we have someone from the...
Yeah, I'm here. Hello, hello.
Okay, many thanks. So the stage is yours, please.
Hi. I will try to share my presentation. Please, just a moment. I hope it is. Yes. So, hello. First of all, I would like to express my honor to be a part of this project. Although we are associated member, we will do all the best to support your work and I hope we will fulfill your expectations. Now, a few words about our library and then just a few sentences about the project, which is very similar to this project, and probably it could be a very nice exchange of knowledge and experiences. Now, our library is academic library. It is independent service, public service funded directly by Slovenian government. However, our very important mission is that we are operating certain services as university library for University of Ljubljana. We are also the central and also the largest library in the field of engineering and technology. And also, what is also very important, according to this, to your project aims, we are integral and essential part of Slovenian national research infrastructure. So just a few information briefly, 40 employees, budget is around 8 million euros. Our holdings of printed materials is about 200,000 items, including patents, standards, etc. And also we provide access to more than 20,000 scholarly journals, electronic books, etc. So within Slovenian national research infrastructure, our tasks are very, how can I say, different and also very complex. First, we are providing consortia of international scholarly journals for Slovenian academic institutions. That means that, we negotiate with publishers, we provide those now so-called transformative agreements, etc., to our institutions. Then we are very active in participation in the operation of the national quiz system, SICRIS, called SICRIS. We do active support to academic institutions in the field of open science. representing Slovenian Research and Innovation Agency, for example, in Coalition S, in which Slovenia is an active partner. And also two very important roles. First, we participate in the implementation of action plan for open science, which is a part of a roadmap of Slovenian science development until 2030. And within this very important projects Poznaj, or in English we can translate to recognize, which operate, which is with basic aim to align activities of Slovenian research institutions on the principles of open science. Now, in action plan already mentioned, we have two very important tasks. First is we established supporting service together with 3 other university libraries. We deal with and support institutions in the field of open publications, in the field of responsible research, data management, citizen science, open science infrastructure, for example, about repositories, data labs. Then we are very active on expert work on research assessment and also on issues of copyright. And then second task is that CTK is providing Slovenia Citizen Science Network, and also it was named as National Citizen Science Observatory last year. Here are some pictures. This is Citizen Science Network, and here is our research data management supporting tool, DIROS Data. Actually, it is translated to English, so it is usable for all, not only for Slovenian researchers. And now about project Poznaj. The basic aim of this project is that, CTK and other Slovenian public research organizations, 20 of those are members of our consortia, will work within the project to adapt operations in accordance with the principles of open science and related practices in European research area. The project's objective is to raise awareness, to educate, to empower the consortium partners. So it's very similar project to your project, or to this project, Open4UA. And as mentioned, it will be very interesting to compare and to exchange knowledge, experiences, ideas, etc. And if we can talk about 3 steps of open science implementation in Slovenia, where first step is European research area reform, then the second is adoption of national science legislation according to the ERA reform. The third step is then implementation. And this project Poznaj is a part of this third step. It is about how to implement open science principles, which are within ERA reform and which are in national science legislation law to institutional level. So we are talking about funding, applications, infrastructure, alignments, adoption of new, let's say, rules on how to operate, etc. Just briefly, we don't have enough time, but maybe further, if someone wants, I can present this more in detail. We have 6 work packages. I will just mention 2 of them. Work package 4, we will start this year with education on professional data professional. This will be training. Actually, it will take 12 days. And the basic aim of this work package is to establish a national network of data professionals, data stewards, data curators, data advisors, etc. And the work package 6 is adoption to open science operations, and evaluation of results of consortium partners. That means that all institutions in consortia should change internal rules, internal procedures to adjust and to adopt them operations on open science principles. And here are 5 sub let's say work packages or blocks. So this is briefly information, and yeah, I would like to invite you maybe to see the webpage of this project, because once again, it's not only one of the projects, it is very similar to the issues that Open4UA is dealing with. So yeah, maybe we can further exchange information and support each other. So thank you for now.
Many thanks indeed. What you presented is very much in line with what we are planning to do, and we really think that we can explore further collaboration opportunities. So many thanks for your presentation. Dear colleagues, we are now approaching the, let's say, lunch break, but we still have another one presentation, because as you probably remember, today we have like a mixed group. Larger part is our consortium, but also we have members of ministerial working group on advancing research assessment of academic institutions, and we want our colleagues to also be able to present themselves. And after that, I also ask all of you, especially those who are online, to stay for like 2 minutes more, because we want to make another group photo. And as you can see, we have big screens. So if you switch on your cameras, you will be able to also appear on our group photo, which would be quite nice from our perspective. So let us invite our colleagues for a presentation. After that, we will make a group photo. Okay? So please.
Excuse me, we can't hear anything.
So, sorry, colleagues, for this unmuting more for this presentation. So let me start again. So I feel very privileged to be here today with the distinguished colleagues from different countries and from prominent institutions from Ukraine and Europe. I think that it's a great opportunity, and I would like to especially thank the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine to give this opportunity to speak on behalf as a member of the working group of Ministry of Health. Representing the Shupik National Healthcare University of Ukraine, I'm Professor of Public Health and Vice Rector for International Cooperation. The title is Introduction of the University is a century of devotion to education, research, and medicine, because our institute, our university, because our university was founded in 1918 as an institute for postgraduate medical education. Later on, after several transformation, it has been developed as a university with the highest level of recognition in the country, the national level. Now, university comprises of four faculties. It's a medical school, dental school, pediatric school, preventive medicine, and pharmaceutical school. Also, we have the Institute for Postgraduate Education and Continuing Medical Education. Clinic of Reproductive Technologies also works, and Dental Training Center. Besides, we have Simulation Training Center and Scientific Library. We are proud of our teaching staff because we have 650 staff members, including 229 Doctor of Sciences, more than 300 Doctor of Philosophies, and 155 professors, more than 250 associate professors, and among them are more than 100 of prominent doctors, we call it honored doctors of Ukraine, as well as 18 academicians of the National Academy of Medical Sciences and corresponding member of National Academy of Sciences. Of course, our university is a student and learners-oriented university. That is why I will talk about our students and learners. We have master's program and PhD studies. I would like to stress that we have more than 400 PhD students at the university. It's the largest number, not only among the medical universities in the country, and it demonstrates our focusing not only for education, but training and healthcare delivery, but also for research and research training. Postgraduate education, we covered in internship more than 3,000 physicians annually can take their studies at our institution. Specialization for 4,000 and a half, traineeship 300. Certificate courses for continuing professional development, we are conducting for more than 30,000 of physicians from all over Ukraine, and not only from Ukraine, but also for international learners as well annually. 61 departments focuses on clinical works, on healthcare delivery at the highest level of it. 500 clinicians, it's academics and researchers work in this department. And we are uniting the clinical facilities for more than 200, and it's they represent the governmental and private sector in not only in the Kyiv but broader in the country. 1,050 patients we treated annually at our medical facilities, with 15,000 performing highly complicated cases, surgeries for them. Prior clinical training we are conducting in the simulation center. So research and publication, of course, in the heart of our activities of the university, because we can't imagine 2 days education and healthcare delivery without a solid research background. We conducted national and international research projects, publishing more than 600 papers annually, including more than 200 in Scopus and Web Science platform. About 300 abstracts. Our university co-establishing 26 peer-reviewed journals, including 8 of Scopus. We provide assisting our PhD students and international PhD students abroad, and take part in the international form of different kinds of forums, delivering lectures, workshops, classes, not only in Kyiv, in the country, but also in European countries together with our partners. International based research projects also we do, and it's about 40 annually. The latest one is supporting the PhD students as a significant element of strengthening the health system in the deoccupied territories in Ukraine. We do together with the Karolinska Institute in Sweden, the institute which nominates Nobel Prize laureates in physiology and medicine, and this institute is our partner for a long time. We have joined different international association bodies and represented country, for example, in the Committee of Bioethics of European Union. We're also building a network of partners through the leading medical institutions. Among our partners, Partnership Institute, also Queen's University of Belfast, the Royal College of Pathologists of Great Britain, University of Illinois, Chicago, and a lot more. So now we are looking forward to join this working team in order to provide best practices in science assessment, research assessment, and providing a better platform for our education and healthcare delivery in the country. Thank you so much. And Virtus Excellency and Fidelitas would be our motto.
Okay, thanks for this presentation, dear colleagues, and we now can move to the group photo. So, dear colleagues, шановні колеги, прошу, давайте зробимо групове фото, так? Ми зараз покличемо фотографа. Dear colleagues who are online, please, yes, make my smile, please do. Okay, and so you will be on the screen, so we will see you. I will try to make the picture as good as possible. Шановні колеги, будь ласка, тоді ближче сюди, можливо, каже сюди, тому що треба цей прапор, так? В цю сторону, і ми зараз організуємо. Через 3 роки.
Я зрозуміла, я так що фотографа сфоткати на відео, щоб мене чекали. А де фотограф? Він прийде десь?
Чекай, а я дуже прошу ближче туди, тому що ми хочемо, щоб крупніший був план і... Атлант. Тут ці прапорці стоять, Може, краще дати цю серію. Дуже добре. Ще не заіграно. Кістовий період. Це ж можна, що не так, що все краще, треба так оцінюєш. О, Господи, на слайді місяці керівно, ну, потім раз. Все, готуйтесь посміхатися. Так, і можна це усічі, якщо можна, тому що переглянути сьогодні поставити. І я щось відбудуєте.
Зараз все зроблю. Шеф, зараз цю видно? Ні, не видно. А, і оці, мабуть.
Всім все видно.
Це ж чудово.
А ви знаєте?
Я Олександр.
Там ще є місце, що там.
Що для вас тримаємо?
Що, для мене хватить місце.
А що ви мене? Не знаю.
Все. Так, 3-4. Смайл. Тримайте, не відпускайте, просто тримайте. Так, 2 секундочки перевіряйте.
Wait for a while. We are checking booking час.
Пане Ілля, ви всі там ближче можете дати телефон, щоб нас сфоткали? Бо пан
Для вас
дуже довго перекидає фотки, а ви нам швидко здавайте.
Розмовляєш з своїм керівником нас.
Якщо ви це через 2 місяці,
Відкриті дані, Давайте я зроблю селфі і прямо вам на Сіндовський.
Анастасія, ваш телефон там немає.
так ось мій телефон, я просила на ваш сфоткати.
Мій.
Що,
О, класно. Чудово і прекрасно. Так, чи було. Давайте просто багато.
Ось стілець.
О, всі ви? Все, окей. Це буде час. Ну, що, прикольно, просто.
Чудово, пане.
Я думаю, що це дуже красиво.
Ну, очень некрасиво йшли.
Okay, dear colleagues, thanks for smiling so nicely, and we will now post it for social media. So now we have a short lunch break, and we will resume our kickoff meeting activities after lunch at 2 p.m. Ukrainian time, so that's 1 p.m. Central European time. And we will discuss our work packages. So we ask our work package leaders to present their respective work packages. I will start, of course, right, because Wilbur Technical University is responsible for project management, the first work package, and then we will continue. So see you in an hour or so, and thanks for this part.